Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on my video. Today I wanted to do a real quick video on just the 10 best tools to me for scrapbooking. And I think a lot of these are standard and universal, but I just wanted to show you some that I really like and that I really couldn't scrapbook without. So let's jump into it because my videos tend to be kind of long. So I'm going to keep it short this time, okay? So 10 of the most used tools that I use for scrapbooking and highly recommend. Okay, so first one here is a good paper cutter. And this guy's awesome. This is a Fiskars one. And it is really cool because it has this whole extra arm so that you can measure a 12 by 12 sheet. And then these little blades, a lot of them come with more than one blade, but these things can last for a really long time. And it has all these different measurements and stuff, like if you wanted to make like a 4 by 6 or like a 5 by 7. So really handy and highly recommend. And I recommend getting one that has a lot of different measuring areas. Because that's always helpful. The other thing that's really cool about this that I'll get into a little bit later is that you can actually score on this using a scoring tool, because where you cut, I don't know if you guys can see that, there's a little tiny ridge that goes in. And that can be used as a place to score. So this really handy, highly recommend. So that's number one. Number two would be this ATV gun. And I went through a lot of those mini, let me show you, let's see if I still even have one. I don't even know if I have one. Oh, here we go. Okay. I went through so many of these little mini things, and there's only so much tape that you can put in it. These are refillable, but it's still expensive. The refills are still pretty expensive. These ATG guns, or ATG guns, yeah, Advanced Tape Glider is what it's called, holds so much more tape, and you don't have to keep buying refills and stuff. I think I've refilled this once, and I do a lot of scrapbooking. So this guy's awesome. There are some that are really expensive, some that aren't so expensive. This one I think I got on Amazon for like 25 bucks. So not bad. You just have to find a good deal. And Scotch makes this one, but I know there are some that are made by other companies that are probably pretty good too. So highly recommend that guy. The only thing that's kind of annoying about this is refilling it. It kind of took me a minute to understand how that goes, but I'm not really good at following directions anyway, so maybe that was just my bad. So anyway, so moving on, also highly recommend a really good hole punch, because I've gone through a few hole punches that really stink. This is the Crocodile. Oh, no. This is We Are Memory Keepers, and it's their hole punch. Wait, maybe it is a Crocodile. I'm not sure. But this baby can punch through. Well, first of all, it's got all these measurement marks there, which really help when you want to line up things and make sure that they're like punched in the same area or the same distance apart for each punch, and the same depth. This guy can also go through multiple pieces of paper and even chipboard. So highly recommend this guy. Very helpful. Also a rounder, edge rounder. This one is X-Acto. There are so many different brands that you can get for the quarter rounders. It wasn't very expensive. This was like, I don't know, $6 somewhere. But I know Fiskars has some. Really, any brand that does any kind of scrapbooking stuff has a corner rounder. I know Stampin' Up! Does. Fisker, Martha Stewart, just there's all kinds. So highly recommend that one. And then of course you need a scoring tool if you are wanting to do a lot of folding, if you're a card maker, if you are somebody who creates a lot of pockets and chipboard albums and stuff like that. A good scoring tool is very, very handy, and this guy can work really well on your Fisker's cutting board. So this is very handy to have. Highly recommend. Also, when you're creasing, you can use this side to press down and it creates a really good crease. So this one is a Martha Stewart one. I think I got this for like $5, and you can get this pretty much at any crafting store. I got mine at Meijer. So very handy. And then this one is, oops, has stuff coming out of it. This is just a circle punch. It's very helpful if you want to make little pockets and punch like a library pocket or something like that. I've used this quite a lot. And this one, I'm not sure. Oh, this is a Fisker's one. And these guys aren't very expensive. You can usually find them on sale somewhere or on Amazon for like $8 to $10. So it's not too bad. So that one, so how many do I have? That one kind of goes with the corner rounder, so this is kind of like one. Also, moving on, you need a good pair of smaller scissors, and this is a Fisker's brand as well. I got these at, I think I got these on Amazon for $6, and the nice thing about these ones is the very tip there, it's very sharp and can get into the tiny little detail, tiny little corner areas. So highly recommend these, and they're very sharp, so they cut well. So that's a good one. And then I love these guys. These are pop dots. These ones are square. Can't really see them, but they make, if you put it on something to make it stick, like a picture or a frame or something, it kind of creates a 3D image, which, or kind of creates some dimension by popping it out toward you, which I think is a really cool, just a really simple and cool technique for scrapbooking. So I go through a lot of pop dots, and these come in all types of different sizes. These are square. I have circle ones that are bigger, that are some that are super tiny, and you can buy these almost anywhere. There are tons of different brands. This one I think I got at Meijer, a package of like 300 or so pop dots for like $3, so they're not very expensive. Highly recommend those. Also, you need if you like to do any kind of distressing, which I think is, and I think a lot of people think is a really cool technique for scrapbooking, you want a good distresser. And this is a Tim Holtz distresser. And you can buy these little foam pads. Well, it should come with a couple. And it's just Velcro on the bottom. There's Velcro on these little pads, and you can buy them in sets of like 10 or 12, I think. Or honestly, what you can do is go buy some foam and just cut it up yourself and just stick it on there, because that would be easy too. You can reuse this foam like over and over. Honestly, haven't had to buy anymore, and I do a lot of distressing. I just bought one refill package of like 12, I think, and it's still going great on me. So this guy is super, super helpful if you're doing any kind of distressing, and I highly recommend this. Also, if you do any stamping, to kind of cut down on some of the cost of stamps, because wooden stamps are really expensive. They have like clings, they're called clings or clear stamps and stuff, and they're like rubbery, so they're sticky, and they stick to these little clear blocks. This one's kind of well loved, so it's kind of dirty. And these guys just hold your clear stamp on so that you can see where it's going and that you can get an even punch there. And these come in all different types of brands, all different types of sizes. They come in little ones, medium ones. They come here and even really, really big ones. Some of them come with like little grooves to fit in your hands well. So if you're doing any like stamp embossing or just stamping in general, these are really nice to have. It's kind of weird to pay for just like a glass, just like a little glass box cube, but they're actually very helpful. So these guys I recommend. You save a lot of money with stamps because you're not buying the wooden ones, which are always very expensive. This set I found online for like, I think $8. I don't actually know what brand it is. There are tons of different brands that are all good. And then last but not least is a glue gun. And some people really don't like glue guns. I really like mine because all the chunky things that I use, that I put on my scrapbooks, I can get it glued down really well with a hot glue gun. And hot glue guns are not expensive at all. I bought this one at Michael's for $3, I think, and you can buy these little blue refills also really cheap. Like I think I have like 50 of them for like $5, like very cheap and inexpensive. And this guy I keep going with me, right next to me every time I scrapbook. I certainly don't want to use it on everything. You don't want to use it on any pictures or anything like that, but like flowers that you want to adhere, metal pieces and stuff that you want to adhere, the glue guns are really cool. There's also really big glue guns. Those ones are kind of bulky and kind of weird, so I'm totally fine just using a little tiny one. So, and it can give some good little, get into little tiny areas. You just got to be fast when you're adhering because it is hot glue and will dry quickly. The nice thing is if you put it in the wrong spot, a lot of the time you can just peel it off, start again. So those are my 10 items. It might have been 11 counting the 2 different punches, but those are the items that I most often use when I'm scrapbooking, and I'm super glad that I bought them. Most of them are not expensive. The most expensive thing I think is the ATV gun, and it's just because it's bigger. Crocodile can be expensive. You have to kind of look around and find a place that has it on sale or that might have it for a little bit cheaper or something. I just bought mine on Amazon. I don't think I covered this. I bought mine on Amazon for, I think, like $20, around $20, give or take $1 or $2. So none of this really costs any more than like $25. So those are all the tools I highly recommend, and I hope this helps you guys out a little bit. So 10 tools that I think are awesome for scrapbooking, and I hope you guys get out there and scrap away and have tons of fun doing your crafts. Alright, thanks for watching guys, and come back and watch another video. Bye!